Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy New Year, everybody. You are today who you are because of all your mistakes. Hello. You heard that? Good morning, Nisi Pooh. Good morning, sis. You heard that? You are who you are today because of all of your mistakes. Don't forget that. Good morning. Happy New Year. Good morning. Woo. I did house chores for the new year and shampooed my scalp, used some tea tree oil and let it sit. I did not retwist it or anything, but I did clean it and my scalp felt so nice. It sure did. It felt so nice. I made me some ribs and some rice, and it was nice. And then I laid down and went to sleep. My internet wasn't working yesterday. I don't know what was going on. I was like, it is what it is. I ain't even about to worry about it. You hear me? I don't even care. I didn't call them till like 10 o'clock at night. It was what it was. I didn't miss calls, texts, everything. I seen them today. I seen them today. Some of them. I need to plug my other phone up. It's just one more thing that has to be charged all the time. Is this 59%? Okay, we good. 59, 57, we good. Hey, sister. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Ooh. Getting old as a trip. I probably need some coffee. So, I read, but I don't know, because everybody don't got the same book, so I don't know how we gonna do this. I kind of just want to tell y'all the story and then let y'all go read it yourself. Is that okay? Like, I want to like talk to y'all about it and then have y'all go read it, because I know we don't all have the same version of Josephus, and the story is in there, and I know some of them are worded differently. So I just want to tell y'all about the story, and then you all can read it when you have time in your version of Josephus that you have. This needs to go in the living room in those boxes. Hopefully y'all been working on y'all honeycombs. We in the new year now, so get back to work on y'all honeycombs. Hello. Don't be acting like y'all don't want to do it either. I know y'all. So also I think I don't know what's going on, honey. It's a lot of electrical things happening in here because both of my um ring lights is it's a lot going on around here. So why is this now blinking? What is going on with this thing? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see something. Now you want to work? I don't know what's going on. Why is this not working? Oh, well, I guess they done for it then. I don't know what's happening here. I can't complain. They did their part, didn't they? At first, because my internet was tripping, my these lights won't come on. I don't know. Let's see if this changed something here. Oh, it does. So maybe it's that thing. Okay. Interesting. I guess that everything that had its time. I gotta remember it's been 4 years. You gotta replace stuff. I use it till it don't work no more. Hello. Your internet was down this morning too? Yeah, I think they did something. You said, how you just read my mind. I was like, one part done, and I'm just going to turn that in and not do the rest. But now I guess I got to finish. I'm so halfway. I'm not taking nothing. That's going to hurt my eyes. Something's going on in here. Y'all see that light flicker? Y'all probably can't see. It's flickering. What's going on here? There's a lot going on in here. Hold on now. Wait a minute. It's a lot going on in here. Good morning. My internet was acting up too. I think they reset them. That's what I think. That's gonna hurt my eyes. We're not gonna be able to do that. Seriously? CERCA, everything does not last forever. Remember that? I be mad, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I be wanting stuff to last 10, 15 years. Y'all know how many of these lights we done been through since we been doing this? A gazillion. When I could have just bought a lamp. So I'm probably... They got a space up here. Maybe somebody will come and put a ceiling fan in, and then I don't even gotta worry about this no more. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Y'all know they got the little cheap ceiling fans on Amazon that do the same lighting as these now. Instead of spending 60 and 60, I could have been and just bought one, but I don't know nothing about no... I ain't getting up on no ladder to try to put no ceiling fan up. So I'm gonna have to see. Because, baby, listen, I don't want to buy another... whatever you call these lights. I'm tired of buying them. We didn't buy so many since we've been over here. It's stupid. It is what it is. I'm just going to go buy a lamp probably. Something, I don't know. Something where I don't got to keep replacing these dang lights. I do not like to waste money. I want y'all to know that. Anyway, I done went off all on a tangent. But you know I'm not taking no halfway done homework. You going to get half the grade. You want a half the grade? Or do you want a whole grade? Which one you want? Huh? You want a half grade? You want like a 50% on your homework? Them kids can't come home with a 50%. They cannot turn their homework in halfway done and you gonna be happy with it. Oh, okay. I was about to say, because don't be whooping on my niece and nephews because they did have their homework if they mama's doing it. We're not doing that. So anyway, I was reading in Josephus, and Josephus, who's read a little bit of Josephus? Josephus is a different read. Will you agree? When you read Josephus, you gotta pay attention. Ain't no you could just kind of read it. With Josephus, you got to pay attention. It's a different type of read. Because you got to go look up, and it's hard to get through a couple pages in Josephus, because now who is this and what they done did, and wait a minute, because what else can I find out? So you be in Josephus in 2 pages, and it'll be a week, and you still researching stuff. It's a little bit different. You say yes, you do, because it's so complex. It is, and sometimes it's difficult to teach out of, but we're gonna do it today. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna get there, okay? Because sometimes it is. I mean, if it's simple things, okay, but it is so complex, and it's like, goodness gracious, because you want to talk about all of it, but then you got to go, hey, sister, you want to go here and you want to go there, and so then it is. And I started in one place, and I had to go all the way back to the beginning of the chapter, and it's a whole bunch, and it's about 4 or 5 pages that I read, so we're going to touch on as much of it as we can, and then you all can go and study it by yourself when you get time. Is that all right? That's what we're going to do. Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, Jazz. That's what we're going to do, okay? That's the deal. Because it's too much reading. It's a lot of reading. And I want y'all to... You said, yes, Josephus talk like you should know certain stuff already. Girl! You gotta, but okay. But think about this too. That makes sense. And so now, Some of you that have been here for a while, you understand why I said get these books and put them on the shelf, but you don't got to touch them just yet. Who remembers me saying that? When y'all was asking me what books y'all should get, I said some of these books you're not going to touch them for a couple of years because there's other things that you have to get first. Now, 4 years later and all this study later, y'all probably picking up. Hey, y'all probably picking up a lot of those books, right? Starting to pick those books up now. Some of those books that just been sitting there looking pretty, but now you have the other pieces of the puzzle, so then you need that one. Because it's good morning. Thank you for telling us about the antibiotics too. You said it's not a book to take on a cruise without a way to look stuff up on other books. Right, right. You're gonna have to have your other pieces to it, for sure. So with that, I just want to tell y'all about what I read, and then you got good morning to Shannon, good morning Janet, good morning everybody, happy New Year to everybody. I literally pulled books off the shelf yesterday. Baby, I was in my little space and I studied, and and it felt good. You said I really didn't talk on the phone that much or nothing. I didn't want to. I ain't gonna say I didn't want to be bothered, but I just wanted to kind of give the first day, just not really doing a lot of talking and stuff. You said I even bought that children's series you talked about, ridiculous. Which one? I done talked. Oh, you talking about this up here, the ology. Hey, Queen, the ologies up here make you think about what all they teaching your children, don't it? Yeah. But a lot of this stuff, now you're using it. Now you're using the books. You got to go here and get this book. And doesn't it feel good when you are studying something to already have it available, even if you haven't picked it up, and you be like, seriously, this has been sitting on the shelf the whole time with the answer that I've been looking for, and it's right here in my face. Right here in my face. It feels good to be able to go and get the information, and not just bits and pieces of it, the whole pie. Because you can go and get 6, 7 different books now, right? And pull them out and see the story laid out in front of you in books. That's an amazing feeling to me. I don't know how y'all feel about it. You said that is the best feeling. A big old smile on my face. That part, Jen. You said, well, I don't want to be bothered. I watched football and colored all by myself. I didn't want to be bothered either. I didn't want to say that, but that's exactly what it was. I did not want to be bothered yesterday. And I talked to the kids for a minute. And, well, actually, I talked to one kid because she going to call every day. And then the other one sent messages, and we talked through there because one of my old friends, her daughter is missing right now. And so they was like, but she comes up missing all the time. I was like, oh, okay, I thought it was something new because I don't be paying attention to other people's business. But, yeah, I didn't want to do no talking and stuff yesterday. I just wanted to be. And I did. I cleaned the kitchen, made me some ribs and rice, and chilled out. Read, did some laundry, put the towels up, all of that stuff. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't think I told you to read that. Because I don't even know anything about that. You said I get excited. Yeah. So we was all in the same mood then yesterday. Just wanted to chill and get. That is not gonna be nice for my eyes. Why is this? What is this plugged to? Nothing. Let's see if this will be better over here. Because baby, that flickering is about to do something to you, girl. You hear me? I can already feel. Okay, we might have did something there. We're gonna see in a minute. You said me and my baby was held hostage if he had huh? Yesterday? You said me and my baby was held hostage. If he had pulled the trigger, I would not be here today. Are you saying seriously? Like, wait a minute. Baby, listen. Jesus, thank you, God. He's in jail for DV. You gotta do something. Do you know I just literally watched, baby? You want to know what I watched last night? The last thing that I watched before I went to sleep was a Dateline about a man that unalived his child and his wife. That's the last Dateline I watched before I went to sleep. Hello. She said that her husband held her at gunpoint and her baby last night. You gotta do something. You gotta do something, baby. You have to. I don't care if you gotta listen. If you gotta get a hotel or something, let us know something. You have to go. You have to go, because if it got to that, it'll be a next time. You have to go, baby. For your baby, you have to. A order ain't gonna do no. A order ain't gonna do nothing but piss him off. I'm not saying don't get it. You need to go. You need to go. You need to leave. You need to go. I'm trying to tell you. You heard? You see? You need to go. You need to go. If you got family members out of state somewhere or something, you need to leave today. And if you need some help, I mean, we ain't got a lot, but we'll try to do what we can do. You got to go. You have to leave. You need to pack up your baby stuff, and you need to go now. You can take the police back with you to get your stuff, but baby, listen to somebody that know. You said, unfortunately, you're going to have to leave because my brother's friend almost choked his wife out, and he was like, he didn't remember. She almost died. Listen, it was bad, bad. I know. Listen, you need to leave. Do not be there when that man get out of jail. You filed that order from somewhere else. I'm telling you. Take every location. Turn your locations off. If your baby got an iPad, turn them locations off. You need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave now. You need to go. Do not. He was seeing. Oh, yeah. You need to go. You need to leave. That's a warning, Pumpkin. That's a warning. You said definitely no matter what they say about never doing it again. That's always the next time. Yes, you need to leave. You need to call your family. I don't know if you got family or friends. Baby, I don't care if you got the... Listen, we'll pay them to let you stay there. You need to go. Turn all your locations. Turn the locations off on your baby's toys. Don't be on no social media. If you got Instagram and stuff, log out the accounts for a minute. Whatever you got to do. But you need to become a ghost very quickly. Listen to me. Listen, baby. I'm going to tell y'all something. And I'm going to tell you why I say this. I just had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they literally told me that situation I just went through, I was hunted. You hear me? I had a conversation with somebody the other day, told them about they said you was hunted. You need to listen. With my aunt now, because he blocked the garage with his truck and the keys in jail with him. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? How much it costs to get it rekeyed? We're moving and you're getting your car. Send me your cash app. Send me your cash app. It don't take but $75 to key a car, honey. We can get a new key. Depending on that car, they got something they can do. They can pop it and you can move it and get that baby. I don't care if you got the wheel out the other way. Get that car. Get your stuff. Don't be at. This is not damsel in distress time. This is get up Columbiana moment right now, okay? Girl, you got all the hair on my body standing up. Listen. Or a tow truck. Right. Send me your cash app. We can get it towed to the other side or something. Moved out so you can get your car. And then if you can swap with somebody else's car that you don't know. They said if you got a what is it? Your listen. You said if you got AAA, they'll make a key. Oh, okay, come on. Get on the move. We need brothers, cousins, sisters, everybody. And then wherever you going, don't let nobody know. Not even family, because sometimes they don't even know that they telling. Okay? Listen. You need to move And you need to anoint yourself and that, ooh, all the hair on my body is standing up. Send me your number, DeShannon. Send me your number. Don't use accounts that he can track exactly. You said, and if you got T-Mobile, you get a free year of AAA. Oh, okay, there you go. Come on, please. And I'm not trying to scare you, but them demons is our. You gotta go, baby, and you gotta move like this gonna be the last time. You need to move like even you need to move in silence. This one, girl. You is yep. Ah! Thank you for confirming. I think I am supposed to be single, cause baby, I already know about that. Listen, folks be wanting to listen. I done told y'all. Maybe okay, Lord. Well, I guess I am. I'm just gonna be married to the ministry. I'm just about you just reiterated why. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. 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 Cause I don't know what that switch is, but baby, when it flips, they do not even see all of they see. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You said not sure what state you in, but they help house for housing when people they for relocation. Come on, come on, yeah. And I print out his little thing, baby. We bet. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for working this situation out for the Shannon and her baby, that they are able to move in silence, Father God. Cloak them in your Holy Ghost, in your spirit. Lord, seal the mouths of the people that would tell where she is. Father God, we need a miracle today. We need a miracle. Only take what you need. Move light. The Lord will replace everything. Just go. Girl, tell her. Baby, I done left with the clothes on our back. I'm trying to tell you. We didn't even have a suitcase, honey. Listen, and then got out. Because ain't nothing worth your life, baby. And you can always have your family members go with the police and go get your other stuff. You need to leave. You need to leave. I'm telling you, you need to go. Do not waste time. And for anybody else, because you ain't the only one. Holidays be a lot of domestic violence. A lot. You said they do. If you got Section 8, you tell them your life was threatened and you got proof and they will move you. Look at God giving you all the information you need. Listen, been single and celibate 6 years. Thought about dating this year. Maybe not. Baby, I did for about 3 months. And guess what? I'm single again. It's okay. And one of my good friends told me, they said, I hate to tell you, nigga, you was hunted. I said, oh. And this is why I don't. Because I've been hunting before, nigga. No. No. You said you can even do Section 8 with income restriction places so you can still stay somewhere really nice and affordable. Come on. You said, yes, Dad, protect her. Yes. Dean, I sent you my number through Cash App. You said that is the only contact I have for you. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. You said let her know to check what email is in her Cash App. What you mean? Let her know to check what email is in her Cash App. Can he track her by that too? You said we got in a cab with no money. Come on. Baby, I flew across the country with $40 to live. Nigga, you can have all of this. You said he could have put his email in. Interesting. Baby, listen. I didn't told y'all. I didn't up and left a few. Listen. My daughter, he absolutely can, but if his number is associated with it, he can take the money. Listen. 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 Hey, listen, Lord, everybody's dealing with something, man. I just got out of this, man. Out of this, man. It's crazy. You did. You did. You showed it. And what did Auntie say? What did Auntie say? Am I telling her the same thing? What Auntie say? Same thing. Hey, I don't play with crazy. Once my kids came and the feeling be on you. Y'all all in my conversation. I just got off the phone with my blood mother and I was telling her how death be following you around for a minute. Stop it. You got to step into what God has for you. Listen, don't be scared. Have faith over fear. Right. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Listen, I just said Colombiana. Hello. I said it's time to go into Colombiana mode, baby. I didn't say nothing about be scared. Honey. What? You said, huh? Oh, it's Colombiana. Hold on, I forgot something in my room. Scared? No. No. We don't do scared around here. That's not what we do. I said Colombiana mode. Hello. 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 You said, huh? You said you ain't nobody playing with you, nigga. I got a whole child. No. I said Colombiana mode. I didn't say nothing about get scared. Get up. Baby. Who? You gotta protect your baby. And if that nigga, if he would have pulled the trigger, y'all would have been gone, girl. He ain't playing. And you better not be either. I wouldn't go nowhere without nothing. Get up on me if you want to. You said, huh? You you said huh? You said what? Who? I gotta live for my baby. I ain't got time to be playing with nobody, not a soul. You said what now? You said, huh? You said I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness. You said what? I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness for this one. But remember, after Jesus died, he told him, he said, while you with me, you don't need no swords. After, you might have to hold on to something. Hello? Ain't nobody playing. You didn't give my life and you can't take it. He told them disciples after he left, go on and get you a sword. You didn't need one while I was with you, but afterwards, you gonna need you a sword. You better go on in there and get one. Baby, you can go to the smoke shop. They got everything you need right in there. Go on and get you something. Hello? Nobody got time to be playing with nobody. Folks want to let them demons use them. Well, you let them use you over there away from me. Is what you need to do. Go on to a smoke shop, baby. They got them. Listen. It's the time to lay down your swords and it's the time to pick them up and fight. It sure is. And if he trying to take you from your baby, that's the time. Hello. And I know, because I done been in that. Nah, I'm not laying, nigga. Hey, they gonna wheel us both out of here. They gonna wheel us both out of here. If we're not violent, a man pulled a gun on her and her child last night, and if he would have pulled it, he's in jail for that. We're not violent. We warriors. Hello. What you gonna do if somebody pull a gun on you and your baby in your arms? You ain't about to be nice. Come on now. Yeah, that's different. She had her baby in her arms, and this nigga had pulled a pistol on her, and if he would have pulled the trigger, she would have been dead. Oh no, this is time for it's time for a different thing, honey. You said yes, me too. I had to pray and ask God to remove me because that metal bat was about to be. Listen, I don't play that. I didn't almost lost my life to domestic violence more than one time. And my children, the last time it happened, my daughter was up listening to me gasp for air, which would have been this Christmas. This Christmas made 13 years since what could have been my daughter's last Christmas with me. I don't play. This Christmas, the 20th Christmas Eve going into Christmas, yeah. I woke up on Christmas Eve 2012 with this nigga's handprints. And he could have killed me because you know that hyoid or whatever it's called, they can like fracture that, and you can breathe or eat wrong, and it can kill you 3-4 days later. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with these folks. Move on. In real life, my Christmas Eve, that could have been 2011. That could have been my daughter 14 years. Excuse me. That could have been my daughter's last Christmas with her mama. I don't play that. She was up listening to this nigga strangle me to death. No, no, because I passed out, and when I woke up, he was up over me saying, please don't be dead. Don't nobody got time for that. And my kids was in the house. No, no. Get up and go. No, no. Broke in my house and was in my house in the closet hiding for hours. I woke up, he was standing over me. Ain't nobody got time for that. Was outside my windows. I would go, I told y'all I used to have to pour, it was glass because he had kicked the window, kicked the TV through the door, through the window. I never got the glass up. I got the window fixed. But when I put him out and he would be creeping around my house, God would tell me, don't move, he outside your, I would wake straight up in the middle of the night out of a good sleep and be thinking I'm tripping and go outside the next morning. It's a letter in my car, it's a letter in my mailbox. And I go around on the side of my house and it would be his boot prints because he always wore boots. I would keep the mud around that glass wet, the dirt, so that way if he stepped in it, when he stepped on the glass to look in my window, I know if he had been outside my house. See, you got to do stuff. He didn't even realize every time he stepped there he was stepping on glass because he coming at night. Well, I checked that air. Girl, I don't play. I done been hunting for real. Folks be thinking that's cute. No, baby. Let a 6'3", 240-pound nigga, the solid muscle, be standing over you and you got your kids in the bed with you and you don't know. No, ain't nobody got time for that. Come outside and that nigga standing outside. No, 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 no. Y'all can play. I do not play. And that ain't the first time. When I was 23, I told y'all that man had listening devices in my car. He had tracking devices in my house, in my vents. It was listening devices. It was pins that was listening devices. I had no idea. And this nigga had a tracker on my car. Like, no. Was paying people to come into the store and try to talk to me to see if I talk to him or not. And then this nigga, I get home and whoever didn't try to talk to me in the store is sitting on my damn couch. Y'all can play. I don't play with that kind of stuff. Talking about you better have answered the way you did. You paying niggas to come try to talk? Oh, Jesus help me. I did not talk to nobody. You couldn't. No. Stop driving them crazy. Be quiet. Nope. And that's why I don't. I'm about to try to. No. Yeah. Mm-mm. Nope. I do not play with that stuff. And I've experienced it more times than I care to. Mm-mm. And that's why I be single. Cause I don't know, it's the crazy button that flip on, and ain't no. It's listen, no, I done had that story I read y'all about night flights with the kids. Yeah, very relevant. I done had to leave whole cribs, fully furnished, all my clothes, all my food, all my everything, and take my kids and be on the other side of the country by the morning. I'm trying to tell you, I don't play that. You said he just told him now to release his property. So yeah, I gotta call the tow truck to move his truck. Girl, you get out of class. You got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. Let me get my phone. You got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. We love you, and Mm-hmm. Thank you to you all that sent something. That part. Yeah, I'm sending it to her now. If y'all want to send something to help out, I'm sending it to her now, or get her. It's up to her. Well, I don't know if she want to be putting it on here, but I mean, y'all know I don't like telling our business, but we just and then yeah, y'all can send it to me, and I'm sending it to her right now. If y'all want to send it to CERCA TROVA, and then I'll just send it over. Give me a second, y'all. And if you can't get your car, uh, um, what they said, Costco. If you got a Costco card, you can rent a car real cheap. They said through Costco. Go on and get you a rental. So that way he don't even know where to look for your car if you can. You said God told me to look at the lights in the house, and I found light bulbs. Good job. I have Tat 9 place, but not CERCA TROVA Cash App. You can send it to Tat 9. Just put it for DeShannon, and I'll know. Just put it for DeShannon, and I'll know. Put it for DeShannon, and I'll know. Y'all can send it to Tat 9 if y'all got that. Just put DeShannon so I'll know, and I'll just send it over. If you can, if you can get you a car, a different car, you need to get it with. I just found out, Auntie. I didn't even know. I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have had to been doing all that stuff out flying out. I could have been renting from there. I didn't know. But yeah, and you can get you a different car, and it's cheap. They said so, because you don't even need to really be in your car, because he gonna be looking for it, and get you a hotel somewhere far. Somewhere far. Don't tell but one person where you at, cause you need to go, honey. Please and thank you. You hear me? Yes. Yes, you need to go. Okay. 3-day rentals be for like 90, 3-day rentals be $90. This is what I'm talking about. And so then she gonna be good. Listen, don't get somewhere and don't let him have no access to you. You might even have to wait for that order of protection just for a minute, because he probably gonna be steaming, so be cool. You know what I'm saying? Let the Lord lead you on what you're supposed to do and which way you're supposed to go. You said a 1-week car rental is $282. Okay. Okay. You said, let me go back to the rewatch. I clearly missed something. Auntie, no. The Shannon had a DV situation last night. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, girl, you gotta go. Do not tell nobody. He do, but it ain't gonna matter. He ain't where she at. So by the time he get, we just, well, auntie, we she had to get a tow truck. I just sent her something for the tow truck, and folks are sending stuff. She gotta go and stay somewhere where he don't know where she at. So we about to get her together because he put a pistol on her and her baby last night, and she said if he would have pulled the trigger, that would have been it. And y'all know how we get down around here. So hold on, because I got the multitask. If it click y'all out, I'll come right back. But I got to get these cash apps. So hold on 1 second. Come on. It ain't going to do it. Sorry if it cut y'all off on TikTok, but I gotta do this a certain way. Okay. Okay, we back. Sorry, y'all. You said they will grant it instantly. I don't know. Okay. Okay. No, she gonna get the order. She gonna get the order, y'all. But she needs to get to a safe place first, and take a day to calm her mind, because sometimes as soon as you get that protection order, that pisses them off even more. So she needs to wait and see what God is saying, because sometimes that make them go. Then they be like, okay, you didn't got the police involved, so I'm about to. You got to be careful. You have to be careful with the protection orders. I'm telling you, you got to know what God is telling you to do, because that ain't always the right thing to do right away. But this is the thing. Yeah, you hide first. I need some coffee, y'all. Hold on. You hide first. Yeah, exactly. So she gotta be somewhere, you know. Listen. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, you gotta be away first, cause honey, listen, listen. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Yeah, you said, yep, got my protection order and moved states. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you can't even stay in the state, girl. I just told you, Auntie did left. Listen, assistant left with. Listen, I didn't listen. Listen. Mm-mm. Ain't no. Listen. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't play that kind of stuff. And you got your baby in your arms? Oh yeah, you don't care. You don't care. And then my baby gonna be trying. I will leave everything, honey. I can start over. I done started over too many times to count. I'm talking about with nothing. That's why I barely post my location, and I don't post my I told y'all when I first met y'all, my family used to be like, "Where you at now? Why?" Because y'all like to run y'all mouth and tell people that I don't talk to where I'm at. You don't need to know where I am. And this is why Auntie moved by herself. Because who going to tell somebody where I am if I don't got nobody with me? Because, honey, my family and my friends like to, oh, she live in this place now. You know she moved and da-da-da-da. No, baby. You don't need to know where I'm at, no. Folks run their mouth too much. They run their mouth entirely too much. I got to a safe place, right? And I'm not fouling it from where I'm staying at or even the now. You taught me that. Now I don't even post where I'm at half the time until 3 days later. Girl. Listen, baby. I learned at 20 years old. Do you hear me? Excuse me. I was 23. Technically, I learned before that. The first time I was actually ever stalked, I was 14, and this man traveled 1,600 miles to find me, and I was 14 years old. Well, when he found me, I was 16 and pregnant with my son. I told y'all. And my family is the one that told him where I was at. Do you hear me? So from 14 to 16, oh yeah, I learned how to move. Baby, and we didn't even have no, I'm trying to tell y'all what I know. Was standing behind me and called my name, baby. Baby, I could have went into labor with my son. Y'all be playing. I didn't met all the crazies. No, thank you. He traveled 1,600 miles to come find me. He said, I told you I was going to find you. I told you. And it was almost 2 years later. No. You said, yep, I learned that from here. I only post my pictures later. Don't need people popping up. Yep. I done been stalked more times than I can count. I don't have time to play with crazy. First time I got stalked, he told, you said I'm 10 toes down. Listen, I don't play. I straight post winter photos in the summer. And you do not need to know where I am. CERCA, I can't tell you what to do, but Afro is right. If you watched the rewatch, you can make this class private. Right, but this is the thing. He ain't gonna know where she at. Cause she need to get that hotel in somebody else's name. He can see all of that and still ain't gonna know. Cause God is gonna hide her in that baby. He if the hotel room ain't in her name or whatever else, he don't, we ain't, God is gonna do what he gonna do, cause her WOIU family did make sure of it. What you mean? Listen, I hear you, but he can watch it. So you can go get a random person. He ain't gonna come over here if you want to. He better. What I tell y'all about my cousin? I don't know. What I tell y'all about my cousin? My cousin called me a couple years ago. She was down in Texas, and this man was talking about doing the same thing to her. She woke up and he was standing over her bed. She in the bed with her dude, and he's standing over them. Took a picture of him and walked out the house. They didn't even know he was in there. Then he waited till 30 minutes later and sent her the picture of him standing in her room at the foot of her bed with her and her nigga. He had got in her house, and he had told her, "I'm gonna unalive you." She called me. She said, "Cousin, please pray because I got to go to court today." And he talking about he going to unalive me before I get to court. I said, "Cousin, we going to pray." And I prayed and I asked God to cover her with his angels and to make sure she could get to court. Do y'all know that man got hit by a diesel on his motorcycle on the way to court? He got hit by a diesel, paralyzed on the way to court. Got out of the hospital and was in a wheelchair and still was stalking her. He got hit by another car going across the crosswalk. It's not a game. Keep your hands to yourself. That's why I don't mess with nobody, because you don't know who they is to God. You could be putting yourself in danger. Trying to guess I'm gonna be married to the Lord. I'm about to be married to the Lord, baby. Listen, Thank you, Jesus. You just reiterated to me why I can't. No, nope. I won't be doing it. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. No. One thing I say about our family, honey, they gon' get you all the way together. You hear me? Not this pregnant looks like the other one. So what? Cash App, mind your business. They said this payment looked like the other one. Are you sure? Yes, nigga. Mind your business and do what you're supposed to do. Hello? Mm-mm. Crazy. Mind your business. Just send the money. That's what we need you to do. Thank you, y'all, for everybody that sent something in. We need our peoples around here. You ain't got to be going on somewhere. I'm trying to tell you, listen. No. The one time we tried to Apple Pay, they had locked my account up and all kind of stuff. I don't even play with that. I don't know nothing about no Apple nothing. Right. Yeah. But y'all did good. I'm going to just say that. I ain't going to put everybody's business out, but y'all did real good, real fast. For real. Y'all did. I think she might be out, so we'll wait until she come back in and see if she need anything else, y'all. Jen told me God knew our ex wasn't going to change. Our ex. And we wouldn't be free, so he took him out for... Wait. Now, wait a damn minute. Hold on. Oh. I was about to say, Krista and Jen, y'all got something y'all want to tell us? Y'all up there in Colorado and stuff. About to say, is y'all not sisters but sister wives? Now, wait a minute now. Do we got... Hold on, girls. Wait. It's all right. Y'all in Texas too? You see, that stopped me right in my tracks. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, okay. I was about to say, y'all want to tell us something? Because, hold on. I can read now. I know it's been a little shaky since my eyes been crazy, but... Okay. You never know. Right. Wait. You said she is my best friend. That's it. They be best friends too. And sisters and mamas and everything, girl. Listen, we keep an open mind. We love you anyway, but wait, hold on. I'm just saying, girl, listen, thank you for lightening the mood, because, woo. Y'all heard that? I said, oh, wait. You said jaw hit the floor, okay? Right, wait. You see, we listen and we don't judge. Right, but we gonna ask questions. We might not judge, but we gonna ask questions. That's one thing about WO. We nosy with our family members. We don't care about nobody else's business, but we gonna ask. Now, we don't judge, but we gonna ask. We need clarification. Hold on, wait a minute. Right, Wait, whoa, hold on. Huh? I need some clarification. Look, wait. Not for this. I don't. I got Venmo. Venmo. I got Venmo. I believe it's CERCA TROVA 22. I guess I should know the names, but I have to keep up with a lot of stuff. So I do have Venmo, but not for, I don't do Zelle for this. That did lighten the mood up. It did. Hold on. If you do you have Venmo? Cause y'all know it'd be a lot of scammers and all kind of crazy stuff. So I had to kind of just keep it with certain things. Cause the bank already, I told y'all I couldn't understand why I had to keep going in there to go get my cards. And they had talking about some mail came back. Ain't no mail ever came back because y'all shows sent all them things. Look, get my stuff fixed. What I need y'all to do. I'm tired of having to go to the bank to get my cards. Like, what's going on here? This is stupid. Do something with that. Get it together. We ain't even been able to. Yes. Yes. So I be trying to just keep certain things in a certain place so I know where to go look for it, and in that way I don't, because I don't want to have to be doing all that. I was on Apple Pay, I can send money to someone, they can get it to you. Okay. It's CERCA TROVA 22 on Venmo. Okay, thank you. Because, you know, I'll be like, I'll just get in there and do what we supposed. It's been a long time, okay? And we've been doing this a long time, and I got too many things. I be having the codes and stuff, what you call it, sign-ins and all of that. I don't know. So, okay. Thank you. But we definitely, you said I had to let my Cash App go. I have Zelle and Apple Pay. It's fine. Listen. You guys did just send a nice chunk, and we can wait until she comes in. Don't stress. Y'all just sent. Y'all know I don't tell our business and what be going folks' ways, but I'm gonna call her when I get off of here because I think she got out of class, so she could go ahead and do what she needs to do. Those of you that have already, as y'all been sending it, I've been sending it to her. So let's just wait, make sure she gets to a place, and then if they need something else, she can let us know what she needs or what, whichever way. So don't stress about it, okay? I'm not saying, but I guarantee, like, we know they should be all right for here for a minute, and then we can see later on or whatever if she comes back into class, okay? That way, if she needs something, then we can send that too, okay? So, thank you to those. You said we praying in the meantime as well. Exactly. So, that way we can know exactly what she needs and whatnot, okay? Is that all right? That way y'all don't have to be stressed about it, and we'll figure out a way to just send it, and if there's more that she needs or whatever. Because one thing y'all gonna do is take care of y'all family for sure. That's one thing I can say about WOIU. If we can do it, we will. We put our twos and fews together always. So, that being said, you said you're the big sister I never had. Oh, well then you the little sister I never had then too. I done got a couple of them. I got, this is the thing, y'all. I'm grateful for what we do here, right? And things have changed and stuff has changed. So there's a lot that we're not able to do like we were, but we still do every single month. Every single month, there's not one month that we don't help people and do what we can, right? So I'm grateful for every single whatever that comes into here, because it's some babies that ain't had to be without no lights and all of these kind of things, food, whatever, y'all. I mean, I don't come here and tell, oh, such and such asked for this or such and such needed that. So nobody really be doing what's going on behind closed doors. But I guarantee you, every single month, if there's somebody that needs help and we can do it, we definitely do. Okay? Do you hear me? So, and that's 4 years strong now. Come February, it'll be 4. Touching and agreeing with your prayers for protection, because I know it's scary. It is. Yeah. It is very scary, especially when you got your babies with you. So I'm grateful for that, right? But the economy has changed. So then that means things that we're able to do, we're not, you said, You said, I personally don't ask if I'm sending. Okay. Interesting. Well, this is the thing. God knows, you know. He know what he doing. And I'm grateful that on this here internet, there are people that have been blessed by our community. And I'm going to just leave it at that. You said, yes, man, very scary, especially when things you used to do, you can't do anymore because they scared. Right. Right. And, right. Right. So we left a good taste in most people's mouth. Now, if we didn't, that's because it was just probably already sour anyway. Hello. It's not too many people that can come across our thing and say, oh, you know, whatever. No. Mm-mm. Not over here. Now, you might not have liked how we move over here, but that's different from, you know, whatever, whatever. Like, most people's interactions with us have been sour patches without sweetness. Come on. Like, if you didn't like us, it was because you thought we was going to bend and mold to yo whatever, but we don't do that over here. We 10 toes down. And we've been the same since we've been here now. We've all calmed down. We have all calmed down. But, listen, yeah. Mm-hmm. You said, so glad you went live when you did. Help just came in time for Augustus. Yeah, but it's always like that, though. If y'all notice, if you think about it, that's why I say it's a miracle here every day. Sometimes miracles aren't finances. Sometimes miracles are the information you need, or the encouragement that you need, or to hear a story that somebody, like my baby just said. She said, Tonette said, I just got out of this. It's crazy. Right. Well, I didn't come in here and tell no business, did I? We didn't say nothing about nothing. You know and I know, Tonette, what happened. And then boom, here we go. So, and then people was like, I had to leave in the middle of the night. Nope, go. Please don't wait. This happened to me. Sometimes you be thinking, am I tripping? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? And God will let somebody come in here. Oh, all the hair on my legs is standing up. God will give you the information to know it is time to go. It is time to go now. Whatever it is, don't worry about nothing. Like, because when you're innocent, me too, Pumpkin, they coming all up and down my legs. I'm telling you right now. But the word of God and the this is why you can't be scared to tell what you've been through, because somebody want to get out. Promised myself I was gonna stay consistent watching you. I've opened my eyes to a lot because of you. That makes me excited, grandma vibes. You hear me? So, cause the devil keep you confused, and in that confusion, and God will let folks come in and say, nah, go. Time to, hey, get it moving. And then he'll provide the way, but you have to make up in your mind, because what good is it him sending you to help and you not gonna move? You said yes because you know that you love them, but listen, when they put their hands on you and in front of your children, this, come on. You said he did it for me. It's a lot of people that have left situations since they've been here. Abusive relationships, all kinds of stuff. It's a whole bunch of them, way more than y'all know, I'm telling you. And they have been trapped, and God set them free over here. Hello. In real, hey Heather, in real life, all the hair on my body keep going. Listen, that's why I said you can hurt people on the internet, or you can help. Choose. You can be a blessing in a number of ways, but you can't be scared to tell your testimony. Me and my kids had to hold the door closed. He was punching my door. You said broke my windows. He was so, y'all was so scared. Come on, my next month is my 7-year anniversary of leaving with nothing while he was at work. Maddie, you said I got my parents involved and started praying Psalms 140, and God removed him from the home. Listen, just to remember that those that got unalive yesterday, some of her friends, yep. You said I came in, I'm late now. What happened? But in case you said, but I left in case. Wait a minute, hold on. You said, but I left with 2 children. You said, and no ID in the middle of the night, had to beg the driver of the megabus to let us on so we could get away. Left everything. Dang, I'm honey, night flights, baby. Auntie, I listen. Didn't listen. You said God saved me. I can scream it on the mountaintop, and I'm so grateful he did. I'm trying to tell you. This true place of healing here. It is. You said yes, and mental abuse. I'm trying to tell you. You said, yes, mine is 9 years ago since leaving. I left with a black eye and staples in my head with my kids. Jesus. We tried to find a place to stay because he said he'll harm me. I know them demons be taking over. Listen, God got you. You already know. He is physically unable to return. Oh. God has saved me from a physical and mentally abusive relationship. Listen, this why people like you just get online and tell your business because other people are going through the exact same things. Left 2 houses, 5 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, my paid for van and my business. Only had the clothes on our back, auntie. I'm trying to tell you, I already know. Mine was 6 years ago. So happy I didn't have kids with him. Got healed of my PTSD. Come on. You said I had 72 pages of calls and texts. Dang. Of him trying to contact me from 2 days. When I got back home, he showed up and so did the cops. He went to jail and that didn't stop him. He was still breaking the order, but with extra charges, he stayed in longer. Listen. Never been in that situation, but moving towards to becoming an abusive person. Thank God I grew and I learned that that is not okay to put your hands on other people. It's not, baby. It's not. Yours was 3 years ago, punching me all in my head and pushed my 2-year-old down. My 2-year-old was screaming, stop. Yep. 19 years for you. No regret. Yeah. And y'all wonder why I went on and put this ring back on. Yeah, I'm married to the ministry. Leave me alone. God done been the best husband I ever had. Let me stay. See, God, you be like, oh God, I want somebody, and then you remember, no, I don't. I'm cool. Cause they look. Happy anniversary to all of us. That part. Listen, my DV was what 11 since 11, so it's been 14 years since I let a nigga put his hands on me. It's been 14 years because it's 2020. Actually, 15 because I let. Well, no, he left in January. Well, today would be the day. Oh, 14 years today. Sure was because he strangled me the day before Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve going into Christmas morning, and then he left early January to go back to his peoples. Broken bones and a titanium plate and 8 screws to remind me of what he did to me. Are you serious? You said, hey, Circle, I'm not going to lie. I'd rather be single and wait for the most high. Listen. At first, I was like, I said, baby, this is going to get him away. You hear me? Thank you, Mr. Sir. Thank you for sending me my shake 'em off. Okay? He sent me my shake 'em off. He sure did send me my shake 'em off. Thank you. A nice shake 'em off, too. Y'all reminded me that. Let me get back over here and stay where I need to be. Is you married to the ministry like I've been for 5 years? Hello. Because people, you said trying to run me or the back or run you over or the back of the house. You said, yep. He was holding me up in the air by my neck and my sister's husband left him with a broken jaw. See? My shake 'em off. I used to use it in my 20s. I'm back to it in my 40s, I guess. Because somebody, I'll be like, and them rings was fake. This is God did his big one with this one. Thank you. You said if something happens to my husband, I'm gonna stay single. Listen, it's too scary. Yes, Lord, he is able. 19 years free. He tried to roast all us. God prevented every strike of the match. 13 what? 13 staples and out of state warrant gave me time to run. He tried to set y'all on fire. See. Let me go on and stay over here, Circa. You do not need nobody. You got the Lord. Listen, I'm cool. I got my shake 'em off now. I ain't got to worry about it. Thank you, sir. If you in here watching like a creeper, thank you for my shake 'em off. Because, You said yes was one in with my kids. It's in one with my kids' dad 10 years ago. He would always punch me in my jaw. Now it's out of place. Listen, ain't nobody got time for that. Want to be put. Teach y'all children better, parents. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I blame the mamas and the daddies because that didn't start when they started having relations. That started when y'all didn't make them be held accountable for their actions and let them tear up your stuff and break stuff. And then we got to deal with that mess. Do something with your kids. Quit lying for them. Quit protecting them in their wrong, because then you put other people's lives at risk. Other people's things at risk. No. I blame the parents. And do. Because it be y'all fault that y'all kids is a hellion to somebody else. And daughters too. Because some of y'all daughters be tearing up stuff. Hey, hold on now. You ain't, girl, you ain't about none of this stuff. Cutting up clothes, you ain't about. Where did who raising y'all? You said it was definitely his mama enabling him, and the daddy never spoke up to his mama. I know. They really be hating their mamas and daddies, baby. I am not your mama, and I am not your daddy. You is not. I didn't hurt you. I didn't abandon you. I didn't make you feel like you wasn't nothing. You need to go deal with your mama and your daddy with that. The hell? Nobody got time for that. Y'all done got me sweating. Lord, I'm gonna have to go give me a second, cause listen, get your kids. And then they'll try to tell you, oh, he just and she just. No, you just come get them and take them to your house. Because you want to keep trying to mind F me so that you can get rid of your problem you created. No, I'm sending it right back to you. And did. Baby, I know my ex-mother-in-law used to be sick of me, baby. The first 6 months, baby, I was calling her phone like, you didn't teach this nigga nothing? Why didn't you? Lord, forgive me. I said, what did you teach him? Nothing? Baby, because y'all be scared of the mother-in-laws. I'm not scared. Well, you didn't teach him how to do this. You didn't teach him how to do that. You didn't teach him. Also, you didn't make him no good husband for nobody then. You didn't do your job. You said, yep, that's why I'm correcting my kids now. I ain't raising no crazy people. Niecy Pooh. The hell? I call your mama in a minute and say, you didn't do this. He don't know how to do this. He don't. So what? I mean, when he used to act up, what did you do? Oh, I just let him have his way. Okay. He'll tear up your house, punching holes in walls and yelling out loud. Girl, I'm telling you, that ex-husband of mine, he said, you need anger management. I said, you going to make me unalive you. Because, see, you used to playing with these chicks that when you beat it on your chest, they scared, nigga. I'll blow it in. Who's you talking to? I was raised in the house with boys, nigga. I will blow. You better deflate that air. Who is you talking to? Because you doing all of this and still ain't doing nothing. I shouldn't still have to keep talking to you. You always picking on me. You always picking on me. No, you don't understand because your mama didn't teach you. That don't got nothing to do with me, and I'm not about to be frustrated every day because your mama didn't teach you. You said my mother told me try to get along and keep the peace because he was a good provider. The hell, girl, I left with nothing. I make my son take accountability because clearly his pappy was never taught to. I'm trying to tell you. And a lot of these daughters don't be either. Girl, That's why I was mostly single in my 20s. I had a little bit of something in 20s, a little bit of something in 30s. But baby, His mama thought his behavior was funny until he tried to manhandle me, and I blacked that eye. I'm trying, girl. I'm trying to tell you, baby, you done picked the wrong one over here. And I'm like a big nigga. So, you know, they always trying to, like, hold you. You can't hold me. You can't. Because I've been fighting niggas since I came out the womb because of my brothers, honey. You are not going to hold me. I don't care how big you is. Nigga, them knees can break. And these legs be strong. Run up on me if you want to. You'll be back on your legs like another nigga. Hey, I know how to listen here. Knock them knees back. Them arms ain't going to be able to do too much. What you going to do? Have a seat. Have a seat. Exactly. That was my ex-husband, too. Thought it was okay to start putting his hands on me, and he got them right back. I'm trying to tell you. Am I self-employed? Let me ask you how that's going to help you. How is knowing that information about what's in my pockets or how I work going to help your life? You didn't see us having a different type of conversation? Is it rubbing you the wrong way? Because you didn't try to turn the conversation a different way. So is we talking about you or somebody you know? Have you had a check at the doctor? I mean, since we asking personal questions now. It's the last time you had your nuts checked. I mean, since we asking personal questions, let's just ask all of them. Cough, nigga. That's how y'all be doing around here. I don't know why people on the internet think they can just ask whatever they want to. It's just crazy. I'm just saying. Do y'all see how crazy that is? But then I'm rude if I ask you when's the last time you had a venereal disease. So it's the same type of personal business. How I get my money ain't none of your business. Hello. You said they in the right place for deliverance. I'm trying to tell you. You said I love you right after you said don't play that. I don't. If we gonna ask crazy questions, let's just everybody ask one. Listen, I listen. Now, let's get to this class. It'll stop folks from asking questions they don't have no business asking, and you can tell. People used to come in here and ask me, "Well, am I pregnant?" I don't know that my uterus is any of your business. I don't. I mean, unless you know, huh? What's wrong with you? So then, if I ask you for your social security number, I'm doing too much. Well, you asking me what's going on in my uterus? What is wrong with y'all? People is crazy. I love it here too. Since we asking personal questions, I mean, moving on. Don't do that. Don't even fix your mouth to say nothing like that. All right, so we gonna be in Josephus. Now, I don't know what copy you have. I'm gonna tell you the chapter that it is in my book. We are not going to read all of this. We are going to read the important parts, okay? Yeah, I know. I get it. It's okay. Go on and take a break. Yeah, I was triggered too. That's why I had to go. I'm about to go get me a little cause but this is why we gotta talk about the stuff we've been through, Auntie. And I know it probably a lot of people probably just went back to a very dark place in their mind. You hear me? But thank God for us telling it. Okay? Because there's some people in here that's hurting in silence and they not gonna do that today. They realize that no, he is gonna do this again. She is gonna do this again. So I need to leave. You said yes, please, because my head is hurting and my nerves are not jumping. Well, pray over yourself. Okay? I know. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Oh, I know, because my stomach's sweating and everything. Listen, you said if what brand of blue light glasses do I have? These are real glasses. It's not a brand. I had to go their prescription, so I just went and got them made, and I had them put the blue layer on top of them. Yeah, at the place where I get my prescription done. You said we brought up the wrong topic, but the testimony is a blessing because it's no. We didn't bring up the wrong topic. That happened to somebody, John, today. Last night, one of our family members, their husband pulled a pistol on them with their baby in their arms. It wasn't. It's not the wrong. It's the right. Yeah, because a lot of people are going through this right now. Some people ain't even said nothing, but they got to hear that this. They was like, God, give me a sign if I'm supposed to leave. And they came in here today and just listened to what happened, and then they saw the comments, and God gave them their answer today. It's always the right time. I'm gonna tell you in just a second. Hold on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. NJ Angel, give me 1 second. Yep. Cause sometimes you don't want to hear from no family members because they already did said they stuff. Sometimes you need to hear. Yeah. No, not yet. Okay, yeah. It happened last night. You said, and we all live in testimonies, God protection and love, right? Yep. Yep. We are. Yeah. And that's why when people be like, "Oh my gosh, you get on the air and you never know," cause you don't know who all is in this class. You don't know who asked for a miracle, a word, a sign. You don't know. And so for, and I'm not saying you, John, I'm just saying, there are people that'll come in and try to control my class. I don't like it when they do that, because there are people here that need to help. They need help. They need a sign. They need something. They prayed a specific word and God had me say the random word today. I'm like, I don't even know where that came from. Oh, because they said if CERCA say this word today, then I'll know that's I'm supposed to go. And that be that. I think those be those random, like, mind farts that I have when I be like, I don't even know where that came from, but he do. You said peace and healing, my sisters. That topic is deep for real. Got me going through my times. I just continue to pray. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I came from an abusive relationship. I'm praying for you, sis. That angel gonna guard your beloved. Yeah, yeah. Men be getting beat on too. I mean, it's not funny, but I do know some niggas, baby, running them around like mop buckets, and it's not funny. It's not, because domestic violence is not funny at all. But it's some niggas that be getting toe up, and they be out trying to act. But boy, if they girlfriend flinch, they wife flinch, nigga, hey, they jumping. I got a few in my family. Sorry, y'all. Nah, I was you in the situations most times, but still had to fight them off. I just told you, I got a cousin, man. I got a cousin right now. She beats the hell out of her husband. She been beating him since she was like 17. Since they got together, she been tearing that nigga head up, cutting her baby daddies. She don't play. She fight like a ninja, and I'm not joking. She'll fight 3, 4 chicks. She in her 50s, and she still don't lay your hands. And go upside your head, baby, and before you know it, you knot it up. Yeah, I guess plenty of women in my family they'll take off on a nigga quick. You hear me? And so that's why I be trying not to. That's why I don't be around nobody, y'all, because I don't want to be that. No, well, not no more, because I just wasn't beating on people, but I will fight you back though. You know. But you get tired of that. You get tired of living in fear. You said I lost my son to this. Exactly. You get tired. You get tired of. I don't want to live in fear. And so when stuff get crazy, and like I said before, I've been stalked by men and women, homegirls that I don't want, like friends that I don't want to be friends with no more. They showing up where I'm at. They calling all the people I know. My family telling them where I'm at. I don't want to. There were days I'd hold him back, restrain him, and as soon as I let go, I was punched in the stomach. Listen, I know you said I used to be a minker, but thanks to God, you said I keep my hands to myself. Right? I ain't gonna provoke nothing, but I ain't running from no fight either. And then I don't want to talk about this because I know this is triggering a lot of people because it's making me feel a little crazy too. But let me tell you something. And the scary part about it is, and I'm gonna say this. I did hair, and I did a lot of weaves. If you know, you know. Kept a straight razor. I had razors stashed in every single room, in different places, even in my kitchen, in the cabinets. It was razors everywhere. The room that he choked me out in, I didn't have nothing in there because that was his man cave, and I never went in there. And for whatever reason, that night I went into that room. But I'll tell y'all this. Also, okay, what was real crazy is, remember I told y'all we was upstairs laid in the bed one night, and we had just moved into this apartment because we had moved from the Midwest to the West Coast. We hadn't even been there a couple weeks or whatever, so we still unpacking and whatever. And we heard our dog, because my brother had given me a chihuahua, being slung around in his cage. Ain't nobody downstairs. Everybody's upstairs. He said, what the? We go down there, this dog, we open her cage. We used to have been trying to get her to come up the stairs. She would go to the third step, turn around, go. That dog shot up both sections of the stairs, because it was like stairs, a plateau, and then stairs, and ran under my daughter's bed. Okay? No, the dog was like, we heard the kennel slide. We had tile floors. Something was shaking the dog in the kennel. The dog was hitting the metal part of the kennel, like, we said, what the hell? You could hear her hitting the metal part of the front of the thing. Something was shaking her up. He was downstairs. The dog wasn't possessed. No, listen, that's not what happened. We left the state we was in because it was supernatural stuff happening in the house. That's why we left. And we moved to the West Coast. We was not in the West Coast 2 weeks, and all of the supernatural stuff started happening on the West Coast. I told y'all he had a Delta 88, and if you know, you know, you got to unhook wires. Soon as we would lay down and go to sleep, something would be laying on this nigga horn. You know, it sound like a boat horn. Okay? A Delta 88 horn ain't no little horn. He jumping up thinking somebody, you know, because West Coast is old school. They still, you know, if you trying to steal a car, you know, and you break the steering column, it can trigger the horn. He thinking somebody trying to steal the car. He'd go out there. We got to unlock the gate. Ain't nobody in the car. The doors is locked. He said, what the? So he unhooked one of the wires from the battery or from the little thing, whatever, however you connected it. We go back upstairs and lay down. Baby, the horn comes on again. So much so that the people called the police. Okay, that happened the first couple days. And I was like, what the heck? Maybe you need a new battery or something. Nope, don't need a new battery. Battery good. Baby, that night, that dog got shook up in that thing. He said, what the? The next night is the night I told y'all my daughter had the dream she saw the devil in her house. And he was in the very area, because we kept the dog downstairs in like the dining area. Like, because I didn't have no table or nothing. But you know how you like keep the dog by the back door type deal? Because I'm not an animal person. So you got to be in a cage and you ain't just about to be roaming around my house. So at nighttime, that dog had to go in the kennel. Well, it was by like the back door to go out onto the patio. But that was like, if you know how West Coast houses is set up, you know what I'm talking about, like they townhouses. So my daughter the next night had a dream that the devil was in our house. And she described him to me. When I woke up, I told y'all, when I woke up, she was standing on the side of my bed talking about mommy. And my daughter, from the time she started potty training, she never peed on herself. She never did that. She wet herself. And she was like in a trance. I told y'all, she was standing there like this. She was like, Mom. Mom. She was so scared. She couldn't even talk. She said, the devil said he's going to take me and my sister. And she described him. And at the time, my ex was 6'3", so he wasn't a little person. In the dream, she said that he came downstairs and he, 6'3" now, had to look up like this at whatever this demon was that was in our house. He's 6'3" and he got to do like this when she described the dream. Huh? How tall do you have to be or big for a person that is 6'3" to have to bend their head back to see the top of where you at? This is also the person I found out his grandmother was a witch 2 years later. My daughter said he was little. He was on our island. So she said he was like this. I'm going to show y'all. She said he was like this on our island when she woke up. Her and her sister was sleeping on the couch because we hadn't put their beds together yet. And she said he was sick. She woke up and she said, Mommy, he was little. She said, but when he hopped down off the thing, he was bigger than the ceiling. That's what she said. And she could barely talk. Fast forward a week later, because I do hair. Well, I used to. My oldest daughter, her best friend's grandmother wanted to pay to get her hair done for the holiday. This woman came from Chicago. She had just moved to the West Coast or had been living in the West Coast, I don't know, a few years, something. I don't know. I had never met her before. This is 2 or 3 days. Prior. Hold on. Okay, this is the first 2 weeks. My leg got burned. That same dog that got shook up in the kennel, I told y'all, I was braiding my hair. I can show y'all the braids I was doing. I was braiding my hair. And the TV cut off and cut back on. But at that time, I didn't have no remote. We used to have to go up and change the channel, okay? Because everything is still packed up. We unpacking. But the TV is out. I don't care about changing no channel. I can do that. The TV cut on and cut off. Her ears perked up. And I looked at her, because we ain't had her but about 2 weeks. Her ears perked up. And then the TV cut back on, and all the hair on my body stood up. My kids is at school, so it's just me in the house. At the time, my dude was at work. I'm braiding my hair, sitting on the couch. This dog, who is not allowed in my kitchen, and she didn't go. She was standing on the other side of the island, because on the other side of the island, it was my wash area right here, the refrigerator, a little cabinet, the stove, and then the sink was on this wall. She ran into, it's making it here on my legs stand up right now. She ran into my kitchen and she knew she wasn't supposed to go past where the washers was. She stood in between the refrigerator and the stove and that little bitty, you know how they had a little cabinet right there. And so this is the stove and I'm right, I'm right here. She'll look up and look at me and look up. I don't understand dog language because I didn't grow up with animals in my house. And she's looking at me like, you don't see it? You don't see it? Do y'all know this was at 12 in the afternoon? At 4 p.m., I was in an ambulance on my way to the hospital. Standing exactly where that dog took me to. I was cooking. Right? I was cooking. And the water from the pan, y'all see this? This goes all the way up here. This is a burn. Exactly where that dog was standing at, asking me, did I know? Like, not asking, but looking at me like, do you see this thing here? You see this? And it go all the way up here, this burn. It takes up all of this. I was cooking, holding a pan of water like this. It was two kids at the end. My daughter's friends used to come in all the time. It was two kids at the end of my island. I'm on this side by the stove. I'm holding a bucket of water because I'm making steak pasta. And it was like, I'm holding a pot like this. The pot wasn't even full. It's like something was pushing the pot. And I'm trying to push the pot back. And something was pushing the pot and the boiling water just started pouring down my leg. In the very spot where the dog had went 4 hours earlier and was looking at me, I was standing in that very spot when I got burned and was on my way to the emergency room. You hear me? And I almost lost my leg. You know where my daughter said the devil was? On the island, which is exactly what I was standing in front of when I got burned. The dog was in the same spot, and 3-4 days before that, my daughter said the devil jumped up. He was perched on the island, and he jumped off, and when he jumped off, he was bigger than the ceiling. Yeah, it's not a game. She'll tell you the story herself. And yeah, that's the very house on Christmas Eve he almost took my life in, too. Hello. But before that, that was November 29th. So it had to be December 1st or 2nd that the lady came to get her granddaughter's hair done. And I never met this lady before in my life. I done told this story. I'm going to tell it because it's real. She had a double mastectomy. And she flipped her shirt up. I said, what are you doing? She said, I just wanted to show you I had a double mastectomy. Da, da, da. She said, but I've seen the devil. And a lot of people think that he's green, he's red, but he's actually green. My daughter said he was green. She said he had big ram's horns that went back and red eyes. Now, this lady don't know nothing that this didn't happen 3 days before this. And this lady that was older than me, she's my mom's age, described exactly what my daughter, my 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old daughter had described 3 days earlier. I dropped the comb because I was braiding her granddaughter's hair. I dropped the comb. My homegirl looked at me like, what the heck? I said, hold on a second. I called my daughter from upstairs, and I said, tell her the dream you just had. She said it wasn't a dream. She said she saw exactly what I saw. So here's like a 50, 60-year-old lady and an 8, 9-year-old kid saying the same thing at the exact same time. And they've never met each other before today. And exactly what that lady said to me is exactly what my baby had said to me 3 days prior. Oh, I believe in spirits. If they seeing them, if the spirits is talking to them, you said you brought a memory. I thought it was a green alien. No. You said red eyes. That just shook me because you just made me realize that it was the devil who would sit and watch me at night as a child. I have chills. Yes. 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 That's why I be telling my kids, if my grandkids, I told y'all, if them kids tell you they scared, you better believe them. Kids peeing in the bed, it be demons tormenting them. Sure do. Sure do. If they say it's a monster, it is a monster. Just because you don't see it don't mean they don't. In real life. I had a dream at 15 the devil was in a complete black car chasing me. Okay. Y'all be playing. Mm-hmm. I don't. He said spirits real. I fight and pray against them every day. I'm trying to tell y'all. Why do you said, oh my God, I owe my children an apology. Yes, you do. And you need to anoint their rooms and you need to teach them to pray because spirits want to inhabit our children before they get grown. That's why night terrors is a thing. Because if they, okay, listen, fear opens the door for them to possess your children. Say it with me. Fear opens the door. So if you don't care about your kid being scared, they gonna keep scaring them because fear opens the door for the demon to inhabit your child. That's how they get in. And rejection, because you don't believe them. Man, they don't believe me and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, we believe you. They talk to them. Fear opens the door. It does. And then in the car as a kid, I saw a spirit who looked like the wind flying, through the air, and they start car. They definitely do. Yes, because you've told us to believe the kids. I started listening to my son, and he's been good for 2 years. Come on, T. I be trying to tell people. And people's like, you shouldn't scare your kids. I said, my kids is the one telling your kids to pray. Because they seen the spirits. You want to know how I know people's houses? I'm telling you, my kids will get to a person's house, and I look at all my kids, and they like this. Tense. I'm like, oh, yeah, we about to go. Nice meeting y'all. You know how, like, you go to a barbecue or something? I ain't making it. If my kids get to looking like they attached to me, oh, yeah, we leaving. We're out of here. I pay attention to my kids. I do. I pay attention to my children. You said, glad I taught my son to pray and ask him to draw what he sees. After he draws it, we research it. And sure enough, I find the demon he's seeing. These kids don't be lying. No, they don't. Thank you for doing that, Pumpkin. You make your TT happy. And now you see why. I'm trying to tell you, people used to think I was crazy. The first thing I hand kids the first time they come to my house is a pen and paper or crayons and say, you see stuff at night? Tell me what you see. Is it? And they just get the drawing and the parents be looking. I be trying to help them. I really do. I still have drawings of little kids and I write their names on them when they come. And it's so crazy how a lot of them be drawing the same thing, just like you said. That square monster with the squiggly arms, he looked like like if you was to take the brown paper sacks that you, like they be giving you fries and stuff in, and then put some arms on it. Do y'all know how many kids have drawn that? Several. Over the years, and they put 2 little stick legs on it. But if you could imagine, it looks like a brown paper sack, you know, like with the ridges on the top. No, this was before the Monsters Inc. characters. It was before the Monsters Inc. characters, but they draw, and ain't no way 4, 5 kids that have never met each other or different, like in different age groups, gonna draw the same thing if they ain't seeing it. You said, yep, go ahead and draw, baby. I want to see it all. I'm trying to tell you, said, oh my God, my son draws him. He calls him the chicken nugget. Yes, Queen. SpongeBob. Basically. And they was drawing it before SpongeBob, but yep. You said they did a character from Criminal Minds based on him. Interesting. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't care. Like, people used to be like, your kids, my kids gonna tell you if they see a demon in your house. I told y'all, that girl, the one that beat my Nicole, she said, Mommy, that man is gonna hurt some people. I'm scared. I don't want to go back over there. And he unalived him and his baby mama within like 2 months. You said, yes, like a Stranger Things based off a true story about kids in different states. Drew all the same demon that would visit them. Yep. Yep, exactly. Exactly like in Stranger Things. Sure did. Yep. Yep. You said my son saw a giant caterpillar with the face of a man, found out he was a servant of a sloth spirit, then told me he saw a frog head on my sister. That spirit serves Hecate. He said Hecate. I don't know how to say that. The sorceress. Interesting. That's crazy. But now Enoch would look up in the air in the corner and bark. I immediately prayed over the area and he stopped barking and came back into the living room. I started anointing all his gates. Girl, because they can see spirits, kids and animals. Baby, I will give a kid some crayons in a minute. I told y'all, as a matter of fact, I told y'all that little girl, she said, TT, come on. I said, no. And then my one of my other little babies, he said, Mom, TT, Mom, Monster, I'm scared. Why you don't tell your mama? Auntie is not the demon whisperer. No. All the little kids be like, my mommy don't. They'll just start talking. And the parent be like, be quiet. I be like, they gonna tell me about a monster in their room, ain't they? It's the monster in here. I don't know why the kids always want to tell me about the monsters. You got some vegetable oil or olive oil so I can pray over this house. Well, they, listen. He said, excuse me, hey, pumpkin. Listen. I don't know why kids do that. That's why I be like, they be like, Mom, I'm scared. I'm scared. Well, why you didn't tell your mom and daddy? I never said anything about it, but now that you mentioned it, my second oldest daughter had a dream she was in a room. You said my daughter's gifts. Your daughter gets scared of her father. They can see in their eyes the spirit. Listen, that's why, like, if you hand your kid to somebody and that kid start fighting for their life, get your baby. You said she was in a room and it was pitch black and it was the only light. You said because you listen to them, mama not listening, they know who will handle the situation. Baby, when my babies was like newborns and little kids, you let my kids start fighting for their life. Baby, I'm getting my baby out of here. I don't play that because your baby is a blank slate for demons. Understand that. Your young child, why do you think all of the predators try to get kids under 10? It's the spirits in them that need to inhabit those children and they incubate. This is why a lot of things about abuse and stuff like that don't come out until after that time when the teenager, because that demon has had time to infiltrate your child's spirit, their thoughts, their mind. So they just think it's a part of them. No, ma'am. No, sir. You got to be on it. My son used to see stuff when he was young and I've been seeing stuff since I was 5. Listen, that's why I believe my kids. And the same spirit, okay. Queen, thank you. The same demon that have been plaguing the Mayfair witches, and that is, see, they tell you the truth without telling you the truth, okay? A generational curse be a spirit that has plagued, and they pick the one out of each generation that they're going to take, but they fool with everybody. If you watch the Mayfair witches, that demon, it was giving everybody power, but it had a chosen one in each generation. And it went from, listen, remember, because he was dealing with the men and the women. You said you saw spirits as a kid? Yeah. He was a generational curse on the family. It's called Mayfair Witches. And it shows you exactly how them demons do, boy. But see, that's why he was attached to the bloodline. He sure was. And she welcomed the first one, welcomed him in. And that's the thing. How many people was finding out their grandparents was dibbling and dabbling in witchcraft? The same way that I don't know. You have to look. The same way with how we dedicate our children to Christ and get them baptized, people that do witchcraft behind the closed doors, they do the same thing. They give their lineage to Lucifer for fame and fortune and all of these things. It's not a joke. It's not always that they have to be unalived. You said, woo, he was not trying to let go of the family. He was trying to get out of that box, and he did. And he did. You know what that made me think of? It's so crazy we're talking about this because I wanted to talk about this, but I hadn't got back on here. The ghost pregnancies. The phantom pregnancies make me think about that. My son's fights my sister whenever she comes around. He actively will square up with her. He can't stand his donor's mom either. He never wanted to be near her when she was around. I'm trying to tell you, my grandmother told me she lost her first baby by the witch riding her back. She's from the backwoods of North Carolina. If you ever, okay, go look it up. The Woo Lady. Come on. Mm-hmm. You said, oh, wow, my first pregnancy was twin phantom pregnancy. I was researching this the other day. So we is supposed to talk about it because, listen, if you watch it, The Witches of Salem, you said, yes, being here, I found out that my grandmother was involved with it. I was pissed off. Oh, heck no. One of them. Yeah. 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 Think about it. If you watch The Witches of Salem, remember she got pregnant and she was like 6 or 7 months and then the baby just went away, but he wasn't dead. You said my cousin's fiance had one. Well, think about it. It's spiritual spouses. And we know for a fact that spirits can have children with humans. We know this for a fact because the giants wouldn't be here if it wasn't true. You said my grandma was an Eastern Star. Listen, she thought she was pregnant but wasn't physically showing. Listen, no, some people go through the whole 9 months and their bellies grow and their breasts grow and everything. Their uterus grows and everything, and there's nothing in there. And it looks and you the abdomen is protruded, everything. And they said it's the mind tricking the body. I don't believe that. You said I just seen someone talk about the woo lady about his grandma. It's a real thing. What if those are spirits being born into the earth? They lactate in everything. They do. And remember, was it Ezra or was it Enoch where it said that demons, women would suckle demons or snakes or vipers or something? I believe in my mom is an Eastern Star. Her husband is getting into the I already listen. Folks be trying to act like magic ain't real and these things are not real, but they are very real. She was big, but I know she didn't have a physical baby in her, ma'am. I still see spirits, and my mother's always said, I have a child's mind, and I never grew up. Oh, well. My great-grandfather was heavily involved in Freemasonry. All my life, I've had Masons watching out for me. I've been invited to the Eastern Star gatherings, but I never went. Girl, they been on me. I'm trying to tell you. You said, yep, I learned that in pregnancy school. Listen, about the phantom pregnancies, not from my womb. Excuse me while I go in the bushes and weep. Listen, the veil is lifting. Everyone will see. He said, I saw that too. He said his grandma died and they were cleaning her house and found all kinds of stuff. And she was the woo lady. I told y'all about my great auntie. Listen. My auntie did not age in over 40 years. Until she got sick. I think she got cancer. Until she got cancer, she looked the same for 40 straight years. You can even go and get an ultrasound and they will see a baby when a baby really isn't there. This is what I'm talking about. So where did the baby go? Where? Where does the baby go? I was just researching this, y'all. I'm serious because I've been thinking. I've been thinking about it. Where does the baby go? My kids used to see a lady in the room, and my oldest always called her a witch. It'd be a real thing. My dad is a Mason, and he's been trying to get me to join since I was a kid. Listen, they've been on me. Listen, and that's why You said my dad, family were gypsies, had to break several generational curses and covenants. Listen, I believe it. Months later, our house was set on fire. Interesting. You said how? Well, all I can think about is the incubus and succubus. And pray. Right. 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 Why else would they want to do your body like that in the middle of the night? My grandma was an Eastern Star. My grandfather was a Mason. Was out of the car, but never. Uh-oh. You said we had blue candles in our hands and we didn't release what we were saying. Interesting. Now y'all see why we got the book. That episode was in Evil. She had twins, but one ate the other one, and they said it was only one. And then that girl came out with that tale. You said the Most High hates covenants outside of him. He does. You never thought about this before. Oh, Heather. Listen, listen. If you want to understand, Like the stuff the doctors got the doctors puzzled. Be careful. I pray the Lord be with you, denouncing them. Yeah. Books like these books. Where's our other one at? Oh. And I know it's some more, but we just gonna do these. Screenshot this. Quickly, because I'm not going to hold it back up because they're going to be playing. Screenshot this so you can go find these. Some of y'all already got them, but I'm going to do them over here too. So, you're welcome. And I do this often. Class, y'all already know where we're going. Stuck it in between two books and don't know which one. Anyway, this is a kid's book. See that? This is probably in your kid's library. This is for informational purposes only, TikTok. You see this? Why would I need to teach my kindergartner through 8th grader? So is it true when two people are intimate that portals being open on behalf of the woman and the man? Both of them. A man got a hold too. That's why you start acting crazy and you ain't never wanted to go through nobody's phone or nothing. Oh, y'all portal be open too, honey. Hello. Yeah. Right? It teaches them to invite spirits to your house. Tells them what they need to do. Shows them the phases of the moon. And everything. Show them how to make a fury tambourine. Like, because when you praise the spirits, they come. Oh. My oldest said she had a twin and ate her. 8 years later, my daughter said her twins is back. I remember I wanted those books my mama would never allow it. Be happy she didn't. Look, teaching the runes that's in all the movies. Hello. And how to decipher the runes and everything. Teach them how to call a spirit to you. It tells them what they need to do, everything. And you just think, oh, it's cute. It's kid stuff. It ain't hurting nobody. Whole time they telling you how to invite the spirit. A reef tambourine, right? Magic lanterns. They tell them about Solomon, who was one of the best magicians ever in here. How to make a magic carpet. What else they got? They got it's a specific one. They tell them how to make a sorcerer's hat. Look. Who goes there? Picking the right owl for wizard work. They tell them what kind of owls to look for. A wizard robe. They even show them how to make it. They tell them how to make a wand. How to make an hourglass pendant. Oh, and they teach them how to make a circle there so that they can cast do incantations to bring up spirits. Interesting. And Solomon did this very thing with that exact circle. Interesting. And know that this is available to your kindergartner. Show them how to make a ring. Shows them about all of the zodiac signs, the astrological signs. Oh, tells them about poltergeists and what they do too. Interesting. Now, why would you be wanting to get this to my 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10-year-old? And because it looks so cute, you think, oh, they want to get into magic, and you don't know that everything in here is real. They tell them the herbs to get in everything. You said be careful of the dances you do too. They can be a part of the spells and rituals. Come on. You said I remember those books. They still sell them and see them sometimes and do. Colleges try to prey on students with fraternities and sororities, not telling us the honor society. It's pledging to the same thing. Yep. I remember there being a book in my school library in middle school that showed how to make certain signs with your hands for protection and summoning. Sure do. You said you see the story of the lady that had a baby and the husband got a DNA test and it wasn't his, but they did a deeper testing and found out that he had consumed his twin in the uterus and the twin was the dad. What? Yes, I found out about the owls because they used to be outside my old house down low. And I took a picture of it, and it wasn't in the picture, but it was on the power line. It blew my mind. It was in the mythology section. I was heavily into the Greek pantheon, so I saw a lot of those signs and symbols. See? You said Harry Potter. That's so Raven. Wizards of Waverly Place is hidden behind entertainment. All of it. All of it. Every bit of it. Now, they tell you it's only a few spirits. Look how thick this book is. Do you know that all of these fraternities have been bombarding my kids' school trying to recruit them? I respectably told them move around because my kids won't be a part of none of that way. I'm trying to tell you some black man had an attitude with me trying to tell me I'm keeping my kids away from greatness. Right. But we know better, don't we? We know better. Look how the ultimate guides in magic, fairies, genies, demons, ghosts, and gods. How many times have little kids came and said, my friend's name is such and such? Now, where you come up with that name from? I don't know. That's what they said your name is, Mommy, Daddy. And you thinking, oh, they just made that up. Whole time the demon told them who they are. And because you don't go study and find out who they are, then you're just thinking, oh, my kids was not allowed to have not one imaginary friend. We don't do imaginary friends. Because imaginary friends are not imaginary. Imaginary friends are old, ancient spirits that have been in your family line for a long time. What's their names? So just like this baby said, when her baby starts seeing stuff, she go look it up, and every single time he draws and she looks it up, it's a real evil spirit. Y'all better quit playing. Listen, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. A real thing. There's a dictionary of angels that includes fallen angels. Okay? So these give the names of angels and what they do. They show, look at this. You know how many of these symbols are in our house and we don't even know because they decorated it real cute? But that's the Grand Pentacle of Solomon. This is the same thing that I just showed you in this book for the kids. That's the circle that man was standing in when he was calling up evil spirits and was conjuring evil spirits. And they got it right in here in front of your kid's face. And they make it look cute. Same thing. And you just be like, oh, it's not that big a deal. Oh, okay, you're right. Oh, not telling your baby how to get a familiar. Look. They tell you how to call your baby, how to call a familiar spirit to your house. You said, how do I detach from my ex-wife who I think wants me to pursue her? She is always in my head. Start anointing your ears and your eyes, and then anoint your bed too, because spirits will come and whisper in your ear while you sleep. Y'all seen it in the movies 100 times. They'll whisper all sorts of things because spirits was okay. Spirits and angels we just can't see them. They're here though. He used to control spirits, Dr. Strange. You said, what about Zycan? You said on a podcast they said they had you should go you said on the podcast that they said you should go on. We need to talk. I watched last night the last speaking on sleep paralysis. Oh, and what the spirits really want from your kids. It made everything make sense. This is what I'm telling you, but I didn't told y'all. You said even the chapter books at the book fair, the Magic Treehouse series, kids were given assignments and transported to different worlds by Morgan Le Fay, who was King Arthur's sorceress sister. Interesting. You said my daughter with autism talks to spirits. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. You heard a child say Zycan? Hold on. Let me look and see if we can find one. Did you Google the name? I don't know if they're here or not. Let's look and see. I just pulled up this one. We're going to go to the end and see what they got. Well, so there's no Zycan in this one, but there is Zapan, Zapan. There's a, which kind of, but that's, so then we'll look in this other one. Hold on, let me see. There's something similar to that. That sounds like a medicine too. And just because they ain't in here don't mean nothing. Okay, so they're not in this one either. You can go look it up. That name ain't in here, but that don't mean it ain't around. You know? Oh, you said what if it starts with the Z? Good job. I mean an X. Right. Sorry, I said Z. X. I ain't got my glasses on. Let's look. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. Yep. Let's see. Very smart, this class. Oh, shoot. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's not in this one. Look over here. It's not one in these. That's that. But guess what? The one with Zapan is over here with the X. The same name you just had me look up, and they play with the letters. Is Xaphan on this side, and over there is Zapan. You said Zycan is a cold medicine. But can be West African lore for Zen, which is what Google says. Interesting. Zypan is for nausea, motion sickness, and Zycam is an allergy medicine. Interesting. Zycane is medicine too? Interesting. You said you take it? Interesting. Well, there's another book that I didn't look in. It could be in here too, which is the dictionary. We got the Dictionary of Demons. We got Encyclopedia of Giants and Humanoids. We got the Encyclopedia of Demons. They said their name was Zycan. Well, listen, it might not be spelled like that. It just might be spelled a little differently, right? It could be Q or something. Who knows? But yeah, that's crazy. Zycam is also Zycam is a graphical environment for you said a synchrotron data analysis, management, and visualization developed by the Advanced Light Source at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. It monitors you. It monitors you, and we know that they put the angel seals in the motherboards of these machines we be using. Listen, good reference to have. Them kids just don't be coming up with them names and pictures and all of that for no reason. But if the devil can keep you blinded, they can have your kids. Crazy work it is. It's used to temporarily block pain. Uh-huh. Oh, and this one. Don't forget this one. And it's thick. Look at that. But this is why people aren't being healed and different. It's crazy how we always come back to this, ain't it? We have come back to this so many times during these 4 years, y'all. That's crazy. And people was on here telling me, like, I bought that book for people and like their spouses threw them away. The last one is Encyclopedia of Spirits. Because they said, oh, you ain't bringing that up in the house, but wondering why all hell is running through your house. Oh, okay. It was upside down. I don't know. But if you go back, I don't know. The Encyclopedia of Demons, Encyclopedia of Giants, the Dictionary of Demons. Matter of fact, up in my bio on Amazon, that they're in there in the book section. I just picked up Exposing the Spiritual Root of Disease. Great book. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. We talked about it. You found a Sican deity, spelled Sican. I love this freaking class. What's up with the deity? It's Cican. Interesting. I love this class. What did it say, Dave? This one is Sican. I knew y'all was gonna find something. I got the best class in the world. And we ain't gonna leave no stones unturned. That's one thing we're not gonna do. Somebody gonna come back and be like, I went research. It's a Middle Eastern Persian demon of lust. Is that what you got today? He said, I came over here so I can start putting a list of the books and still hear you. Okay. Oh, man. And you don't want to know? I don't know. Interesting. This be having my toes wiggling real good. Because look at how God, again, more information. Somebody baby is having night terrors or saying they're seeing monsters and they've been trying not to talk about it. And whole time, every class we have is for something. None of our classes never be for nothing. They always are the primary god depicted in with avian, bird, or feline features. Oh, avian and feline features. So a cat bird, often with upturned eyes, holding Toomey knives, and sometimes trophy heads representing control over nature or natural forces, sea, and fertility, which you can't. That makes sense because they just said like a Persian god of lust, right? And you can have bloodlust, you can have grown-up lust, you can have lust of money and different things. You said lately my niece been dreaming about zombies coming after her and dying. Interesting. You need to pray over her. That's crazy. So do y'all realize, like, there will be times, because we was, what did I say today earlier? I said I'm gonna tell y'all the story about what I read, but I want y'all to go read it because God knew this was gonna happen. Y'all realize that, right? Every time we have a class like this, I remember we were studying the Testament of Solomon and spoke about us. Sycan, I'm going to my notes. Come on, Annalise. Sycan is a people of Peru. Sycan can also mean temple of the moon. Interesting. Look at my students. I got the best students on the planet, honey. We're not waiting. We're going to go find information right now. Seek and you shall find. And look at, we able to answer other people's. I'm so proud of y'all. You said, do you know they have a book, wizard, spell book, and journal? I do. You said, role, mediator between the human and spiritual worlds, representing natural forces. A mediator between the humans and the spiritual world? You mean like a demon? Girl? Lust, and what kind of content are kids exposed to online? They're monitoring Zycam, how many spirits or how much lust. Zycam, they can get into our kids. Come on! High five. Y'all know who we just, what kind of moment we just had? A librarian moment. It's the new librarians. Ain't this what they used to have to do in the movie, in the show? Y'all see it? Class participation for real. Yeah, this is an interactive class. Yeah, we just had a librarians moment. Cause everybody came with a piece and then we put it in the middle with the light and now everything is making sense. Come on. You said I've been researching coming to a dead end. You are all appreciated. Your work. You're welcome. Listen, that's what we do here. This is why you can't be scared to share information. Maybe be watchful of what you're watching when the baby is home. Yeah. Listen, second is also known for what is it? Levique culture. Y'all know these ass, and I'm trying to. Okay, well, I know I didn't say that right. Lambayeque. Who is the Lambayeque? Am I saying that right? This is the thing. If parents just believe that magic and spirits are make believe, then the spiritual realm can run freely. Yes or no? And then Zycam is developed by the advanced light source. Who do we know that falsely associates him with light? Oh, shoot. Sakani is an ancient people of Sicily. Interesting. Appearing on ceramics, textiles, and metalwork. Interesting. Uh-huh. You said right. No internet, no devices without supervision, and only on weekends. Phonetically. Interesting. Listen. We have the best freaking class ever. I'll be right back, y'all. Japanese to English translation also means Shishan, property and assets. Interesting. Well, or Shisan. I'm sorry. Listen. We got the best class on the planet. Because people come here and they get answers about all sorts of things. Do they not? Queen just came in and all of y'all babies then drew the same thing. And y'all don't know that I was back in 2012, 2010. I started seeing that. I call him like the brown paper spirit. I didn't know what it because that's what he looked like. But the whole time they've been putting him in our face with SpongeBob, which is crazy. Check the artwork and patterns around the house. Yep. You said I can't express how much I love this community. Me either. It's pretty great over here. We're great. You said, hey, Circa and family, been listening to this class. It's real good. Hey, Miss Ida, prayers going up for everyone. Love you. Listen, that's why I said, like, you got to be the crazy one. You got to be able to step out. He said the Sycan used mounds to bury their dead. The giants. Sycan was also a bird woman who lured sailors to wreck. Oh, so she was a siren, embodying temptation and seduction. Oh, so she was a harpy, like Hathor. Interesting. They just be playing in our face, don't? Because we know that they was the rulers and the queens and the whatever, like Maleficent. You said that's what the African lore is saying too. Water spirits. Well, birds came out of the water. Wordplay, Sycan, siren. Right. Birds came out of the water in creation. That's why they can fly down in there, get the fish, and go back out and fly out. Birds came out of the water, so it makes sense. You said I knew it was deep. The Holy Spirit doesn't lead us wrong. No, it does not. Ain't that crazy? I went down a rabbit hole and found out the elite have been eating the sirens for magical purpose. Oh, yeah. That ain't new, though. Enoch told us that. And remember, is it Leviticus or Deuteronomy where they give the laws about not eating flesh and what flesh you can eat? Why do you think that those laws had to be put into place? Because people was eating stuff they wasn't supposed to be eating. And you got to think, by that time, a lot of the giants and stuff was already here. So you see a half woman, half man, but you see fish on the bottom. People was killing them and eating them. This is why the islanders only eat fish with their heads on it. And Enoch said the rest of the spirits was sent to the sea as sirens. Exactly. I'll be right back, y'all. Let me run to the restroom. Now y'all see why they hide the... It's Deuteronomy? Okay. Now you see why they hide the... They don't want us reading this stuff, or they change the words in the Bible so that you don't know. It changed the DNA, yep. Then this is why they didn't want us. That's why they've been SBing us, because a lot of this stuff makes so much sense. It's ridiculous. And then people don't have to be wondering, like, basically the medical community can't play lab rats with our babies no more. I need to plug my other phone up. Let me do that now. Hold on, y'all. Let me plug my other phone on. Okay. That phone ain't been plugged up in I don't know how long. Alright. Ooh. So, well, this class definitely went a different way than it was supposed to go earlier, or that I thought it was gonna go. I did not know this is where we was going. But shall we continue? I guess it's the new year, so you know. Oh, y'all want to keep going, or y'all want to? Cause we wasn't gonna read anyway. I was just gonna tell y'all the story to go look for, so y'all can read it. Is y'all still here? Or y'all done went to sleep, or y'all researching? What y'all doing over there? Okay. Okay. So, okay, good job. All right. If you do have a copy of Josephus, whatever copy you have, I don't know, because I know there's all different ones. I was reading in the Wars of the Jews. Okay? That's the section, because you know Josephus is weird. It's not like the Bible. It's sectioned off differently. So I was reading in the Wars of the Jews, the section, the Wars of the Jews, okay? And it is the 4th book of the Wars of the Jews, but the 2nd and 3rd the 2nd and 3rd chapters. So it's book 4 of the Wars of the Jews, and then chapter 2, 3, and then chapter 2 and 3. And these chapters is long. Okay? So I'm let y'all read it on your own time, but I want to tell y'all some things in here that stood out to me. Is that okay? You can find it in a whole bunch of places. I don't know specifically, Heather. You would have to go look it up real quick. But I'm sure they have a download or something, a PDF. Any book, you just go look up the war. You can look up the Wars of the Jews, and it might come up. You just always Google. That's where you go first. Got it. Okay, so it was this dude named John, right? It was this nigga named John, and John was a Roman soldier, right? He was a Roman soldier during the time when they was getting ready to destroy the Second Temple, right? And he was really scary. Okay? He was really a scary dude. But he had a lot of mouth. Okay? And he was able to persuade people to kind of do the things that he, wanted them to do or whatever. He wasn't against whatever. So some of the things that I want to read real quick is I'm gonna just like pick out different parts that I read that I want to do with y'all, and then y'all can read the rest of it, okay? But this is the beginning of 2. And it says, now no place of Galilee remained to be taken but the small city of Galilee, whose inhabitants were yet desirous of peace, for they were generally husbandmen and always applied themselves to cultivate the fruits of the earth. However, there were a great number that had belonged to a band of robbers, that were already corrupted and had crept in among them, and some of the governing part of the citizens were sick of the same distemper. So that part stood out to me because you can, no, it's not John the Baptist. You can be minding your own business, cultivating your life, right? And there are people that will sneak in around you unaware, and you don't even know that they plan to rob you of your happiness, your grace, whatever it is. Okay. You all right. Um, they not your people, right? But they'll be moving around where you at. Okay? They'll be in your same circles, situations, bloodline, whatever. Okay. But when you, well, it just depends on the book, auntie. You don't got to do that because everybody's book ain't the same. Like I got 2 different copies of Josephus and the page numbers are not. So that's why I did that, because then they'll be like, what book and all of that. You just have to find it, Josephus, and that's why I just said the chapter. Okay? That's why I did it like that. Because everybody don't have the same copy of it, and then it gets to be 5 minutes and we trying to figure it out. So I just gave the chapter, and you find the wars of the Lord, or the wars of the Jews, and then chapter 4, and then book 4, and then chapter 2. Okay. Because it gets too confusing and we spend too much time trying to look up the pages and all of that. That's why I just gave the book and the chapter. Okay? Because we're not going to read all of this, and they might not even read the same. So that's why. No, I don't have a good memory anymore. Not like I used to. It's definitely that menopause mind, and that's why I just be saying, go here. Because I've read it. I read it in several different versions. Enoch, everything. So it be all over the place. But anyway, here we go. It says, it was John, the son of a certain man whose name was Levi, that drew them into his rebellion. So John went into a place called Gashala, right? And the people there was farmers and whatever else. Now, it was some niggas that wasn't nice, but for the most part, these people used to be minding their business, just running their ranches or whatever else it was. And here come John. Okay? And John then started pouring his poison in people's ears, right? Spreading little stuff here and there and everywhere. Okay? Getting folks riled up behind closed doors. Okay? And he messing with the wrong crowd of folks. Now these folks is peaceful. They ain't tripping. They don't be in the wars and the drama. They not messy. They not running over here telling nobody. They minding their own business, instigating stuff. Come on. Come on. Hello. It says, and encourage them into it. So he was encouraging these folks, you need to rise up, you need to do this. They ain't the only ones. You could be empowered to. You know that old weird stuff folks be doing, okay? Hello. It says, he was a cunning knave. Knave. Can you go look up the definition of a knave? Please. And tell me what it say. It's a couple of different definitions I'm looking for. A dishonest or unscrupulous man. A dishonest or unscrupulous person. Come on. A dishonest or unscrupulous man. What else you got? You said the central part of a church. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for, but that's good to know. What else? If you go to Westers, I think it give a little bit more. A tricky, deceitful fellow. What else you got? It's one more I'm looking for. There we go. Unprincipled, untrustworthy, and dishonest. You ain't got no good morals. You dishonest and can't nobody trust you. You said a mean, evil. A villain, a mean, or evil, or unprincipled person. Y'all know any of them? Can't believe what they say. They deceitful, tricky. Do you? Mean. Interesting. So this is the character that this man John of Gashala or Jashala had. Crazy. It says he was a cunning knave and of a temper that could put on various shapes. What does that mean? And you know they write Josephus a little different. What does that mean? Not shapeshifter as in his yes, but not in the physical sense. Not in the physical sense of a shapeshifter, but in a different a shapeshifter, but not in like he masked. Or what's another one? He was a chameleon. You said just thinking about it, the center of the church do have mean and dishonest people do. He could pretend. He was who he was. You could say almost he two-faced it. He like the folks now, they act like whoever they around. When they over here, they act like them. They take on their persona. When he go over here, he acting he a YN. Now he go over here and he a preacher. Now he go over here and he a soldier. He can switch up his character. They mirror exactly. This is who he was. You know anybody like that? Any of y'all? Whoever they around, that's who they act like. If they doing this, oh, I always been doing that, and he'll switch out. Exactly. So right. So that's what that means. He was going to be whoever he was around, and it's still a version of shape-shifting, just not physically. You said I'm not friends with them anymore. You said my granny used to call my sister a chameleon. Basically the same thing. Whoever you around, that's who you act like, which technically is shape-shifting, but just not your flesh, though. You said shape-shifting, bipolar schizophrenic. Okay, here we go. All right. So it says, and very rushed in expecting great things, and very sagacious in bringing about whatever he hoped for. Okay? He gonna do whatever to get what he want. Okay? Say whatever, do whatever, be around whoever. You said narcissists do that too. They have no originality. Come on now. Goodness gracious. Don't I know it? Ooh. You said it was known to everybody that he was fond of war in order to thrust himself into authority. I'm going to say it again. He was a cunning knave of a temper that could put on various shapes, very rushed in expecting great things, and very sagacious in bringing about what he hoped for. It was known to everybody that he was fond of war in order to thrust himself into authority. Oh, you picked it up? When I tell y'all, y'all don't even know how familiar. That's why I said, I'm going to tell y'all, and then I want y'all to go read it. And I didn't even have to have y'all read it, and y'all done already picked it up. forces himself into spaces. Hello. Mm-mm. Now, I ain't gonna tell y'all all of it because I want y'all to go read it. But can you go look up the word rapine or rapine, R-A-P-I-N-E, and tell me what it means? Please and thank you. You said I used to a girl work with a girl. She always changed her hair to match the bosses. It was kind of creepy. We know somebody on the internet that be doing stuff like that just right now. Stealing someone's possibly forcible seizure of another's property. A violent way of seizing someone's property, as in to pillage and plunder. Sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? It will. Oh, okay. Y'all about to love this story. I just want to give y'all a few pieces of what I found in here. So in chapter 3, because I'm going to let y'all read the rest of this, because it's real good. I'm going to let y'all read it and we'll talk about it. But in chapter 3, it says, now upon John's entry into Jerusalem, the whole body of the people were in an uproar, and 10,000 of them crowded about every one of the fugitives that were come to them, and inquired of them what miseries had happened abroad, when their breath was so short and hot and quick, that of itself it declared the great distress that they were in. Yet did they talk big about under their misfortunes, and pretended to say that they had not fled away from the Romans, but came hither or thither in order to fight with them with less hazard. So basically, these fugitives would always make it seem like they was winning, making up big old stories about how many wars they done fought in about 12 months. Huh? The people that was running with this John, they wasn't telling the truth about the thing. What was really going on. Interesting. And we already know that John is going to try to use war to gain authority. So when I tell y'all I opened to this yesterday, and this is what I was reading yesterday morning. It's so good, and it's also going to make you think of some things right now. Now, I don't want to tell the whole story, but I do want to say this real quick. So it says, but for John, he was very little concerned for those who he had left behind him, but went about among all the people and persuaded them to go to war by the hopes he gave them. I'm going to read that again. But for John, remember who John is and his character. He was very little concerned for those he had left behind him, but went about among all the people. Now, I want to tell y'all, it was a whole bunch of people that lost their life because of John, because they listened to him. I'm going to just say that. And when you read who, it's going to mess your head up. Now, listen. Basically, he went and riled up all the young men that was full of testosterone and and start telling them, hey, we about to put on a hat. You said, well, my mama friend needs to hear this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's going to be a real good story, I'm telling you. It's real good. It's real good. Real good. Now, the part I ended at for this, because I went on and read on another page too. I read some other stuff. But I just want to read this to you because it's interesting. Okay. It says, It says, moreover, besides the bringing on of the war, there were other occasions of sedition and famine. The YNs of ancient days, yes. There were besides these other robbers that came out of the country and came into the city, and joining to them those that were worse than themselves, omitted no kind of barbarity. For they did not measure their courage by the rapines and plundering only, but proceeded as far as murdering men. And this is not in the night. And this not in the nighttime or privately or with regard to ordinary men, but did it openly in the daytime, and began with the most eminent persons in the city. As I started to read this, I said, you warning us. This, what you about to read, is a warning. A portent. I'm telling you. And you're going to see it as you read it. Okay? So you're going to read the Wars of the Jews. Listen, the Wars of the Jews, book 4. So the Wars of the Jews, book 4, chapters 2 and 3. And I did read some of 5, I think it was, but that's for another time. Okay? So it's the Wars of the Jews, book 4, chapters 2 and 3. Okay? I'm going to say it again. The Wars of the Jews, book 4, chapters 2 and 3 is what I really want y'all to focus on, okay? And take your time and go through it. Write as much as you can. If you got to look up. I do want to say this, though. They called him the man of lawlessness. Did you hear me? And it was right around the time when the second temple was being destroyed. Hello. They called him the man of lawlessness. Where do we know that phrase from? I'm about to have my mama read this to her friend, hopefully. Hilarious. Wow. And so the lawlessness is going on. But didn't Revelations, they said the man of lawlessness is going to be revealed, right? We read that in the sibling oracles. We've read it in a few places that the man of lawlessness is going to be revealed. So, and it's something got to do with the temple. It's so crazy how the history around this is just mind-blowing. Okay? This John, they called him, and think about what type of dude he is now. Hello? Okay? And I ain't picked up Josephus in a minute to be just running through it. I was like, what you want me to read? Pick this up, fell right on this, and started reading. I was like, and as I was reading, I'm going to show y'all. So, it was this, all of this, right? And then I got over here. And it was this part, because y'all see I got my little thing. And this, the reason this ain't marked up, because Queen got me this one, but this and this. And baby, listen, when I tell you, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Give me a second to take all this in. Baby, I threw this book about 3 times yesterday. I threw this book down about 3 times yesterday because it's mind blowing how. Do me a favor. Tell me what a garrison is real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all go because we right at 3 hours, and I'm about to go warm some of them ribs up and eat some of that rice. Um, my book opened right to it. I was like, she been reading my book. Hilarious. Tell me what a garrison is, please. What is a garrison? We looked this up before. The troops stationed in a fortress or town to defend it.
Right now, ICE is planning a $100 million wartime recruitment. We have some big news right now. ICE is planning a $100 million wartime recruitment heading into 2026, specifically targeting gun shows. We have some big news right now. ICE is planning a $100 million wartime recruitment heading into 2026, specifically targeting gun shows, military fans, and more to amp its recruitment processes, according to the Washington Post and The Guardian. This plan is going to cost about $100 million of taxpayer dollars. They have this money because of the budget bill. They're calling it a wartime recruitment because they're targeting people who want to enlist in the military, people at gun shows. That's the people they want to join ICE. They want gun rights aficionados, military affairs followers, men's interest enthusiasts.
Garrisons. We not done.
So Donald Trump just ended 2025 by threatening martial law. He hinted at martial law coming in 2026. No, I wish this was fake news, but your boy said it. Look at this. In another deranged social media post, our creepy and sundowning old president said, quote, "We are removing the National Guard from Chicago, LA, and Portland." Okay, first of all, don't take credit like you're removing it. What an incredible spin job. Accountability is a foreign concept to this guy. He's removing the National Guard because it was ruled unconstitutional for him to deploy troops in U.S. cities against American citizens. But let's keep reading. He says, if it weren't for the federal government stepping in, there would be so much crime. We will come back perhaps in a much different and stronger form. When crime begins to come back perhaps in a much different and stronger form, federal government stepping in, there will be so much crime. We will come back perhaps in a much different and stronger form when crime begins to soar again. Only a question of time. What does he mean by different and stronger form? Martial law. Everything Trump...
Just wait till y'all read this story. Just wait till y'all read this story. I just want to know, did we talk about it in 2022 and 20 and 23 and 20 and 24 before 20 and 25 even happened? And now we are, as of yesterday, in 20 and 26. You said, I can't wait to clock out and read. Huh? For years now. You said phone dying in class is juicy. I'm just trying to see. Do y'all see it? Who understands why they were SBing us like crazy? We not nowhere. I done closed the book. We all right. Do you understand why they was SBing? We ain't even. They stopped me right at 300. Well, almost with that. We had like 390 something, and then they took it down to 70, and now we down to 43. And then I was lost on the internet. Couldn't nobody find me. When I was just talking about giants and stuff, they didn't care. But when we start getting into the stuff that was about to be happening in the next, oh, she got to go. She doing too much now. And looky. Wartime. Interesting. It's real crazy. But it's real. Hello. And there are people that did not take these warnings. That lady on TikTok yelling and screaming, and she say the same thing every day because it's really coming. I was strolling through social media this morning and saw that, and you saw that you was on. Thank you. Then spilled the beans before they could really shake the can. Come on. The live keeps skipping. I bet it is. Oh, they playing with my live now? Everybody got a part to play. Come on. It skipped earlier. You said yes for a while. It kept going in and out. I bet. Ain't that crazy how whenever we start talking about this, then they be trying to get rid of us. That's what they do. But that's why God let us be able to say the things that we needed to say and say them in a different way. So that way we don't have to worry about the crazy. Do you see? You said this happens every time I attend your class. Interesting. You said my internet was in and out tripping this morning. That's why I didn't get on here yesterday. My internet was out for like the whole day. I only could get on my phone. Like I couldn't watch nothing on my iPad or nothing. You said no other platform. Interesting. Well, y'all got some homework. I need y'all to go on and read this Josephus 2 and 3, chapter 4. War of the Jews, book 4, chapters 2 and 3. Okay? Wars of the Jews, book 4, chapters 2 and 3. I need y'all to dig in. Book 4, Wars of the Lord. Wars of the Jews. And now my phone back to tripping where it won't let me dial out. Listen, I already know. It was some weird stuff. Y'all see these lights? All of a sudden, these lights been working fine. Now all of a sudden, the lights ain't working. Now all of a sudden, they blinking and whatnot. So, but I do love y'all, and we where we at. But I'm happy we been where we been. You said my phone been tripping while I'm in this live. It wouldn't let me comment. I know it. Listen, it's a lot of comments I'm not able to see. You're welcome. Thank you. You listen. They gonna be hiding a lot of y'all stuff. That's why I said I might be getting ready to go to Substack. Because remember, I don't want to go back over to fan base because they was playing over there too. So it's like, because y'all couldn't find me. They was making a live strip and all of that. So I don't know where we going to be. I don't know where our new house going to be. We'll find something though. Yeah. Yep. Y'all too. Y'all got some read. Baby, just because you got fingers and brain cells firing don't mean they fire in the right place. And just because you got fingers, you just shouldn't type everything. You know, I know it probably makes you feel nice to do so, but do something better with your time and your brain cells and your muscles and your fingertips instead of coming over here typing stupid stuff. What? They give anybody a phone. Anybody. Hell, dogs got phones now. So, who knows? It could have been a feline or a puppy. Yeah, that's a child or somebody spamming somebody. Yeah, poor baby. Go do something. What is wrong with these people? Do they be crazy for real? There's something wrong with them. It's gotta be some kind of weird person. What's going on, baby? Yeah. I think those bots. Is that what the bots are? That gotta be a bot, because I know you just not typing the same stuff, because then I'm gonna have to wonder if your brain cells is firing at all. Heck. Anyway, I love y'all. I'll see y'all later, maybe. I don't know. We gonna see. Y'all think y'all be what time? Well, we'll just see. I ain't gonna ask what time or nothing, because everybody got stuff to do. So I'll come back on later and we'll see about going into whatever it is. Yeah. I love y'all. Gotta be the bots, because why is you typing the same thing over and over? Just as crazy as a bitch. All right. I love y'all.